All right, man. All right. I know I'm a little late on the news and all, but I ain't just want to jump out the window. Sometimes I be wanting to see what other people gonna say, see what stuff come out, cause I know more and more stuff be coming out. So here we go. Let's go. This the whole Fox Sports One network scandal thing going on. Let's see.
Request. So according to the complaint, in approximately July of that guy who always buys us drinks in the elevator. And that is when she said that Taylor shushed her, explained what Dixon's position was in the company.
Ooh, she should have known right there then. As soon as she shushed her, she should have known right there. Hey, don't trust Joy, bro. You coming to Joy and trying to tell her something, like trying to give her some game or whatever, that she trying to shush you. Yeah, you might want to just fall back or just, you know what I'm saying, keep her as arm reach or whatever.
And Faraji believed, based on her interactions with these two people, that they were sleeping together. And when she warned Taylor that that might not be a great idea, that a relationship like that could be dangerous, Taylor allegedly told her not to worry about it. And by the way, apparently both Dixon and Taylor were married at the time. Ooh. So according to the complaint, in approximately July of 20...
Okay, we had to pause that. I did not know they both was married. I assumed that the executive, I assumed he was married, but I didn't know Joe was married at the time. That's crazy. So now that kind of makes sense, because I think she was engaged. I knew she was engaged to Earl Watson, and I know they broke that off, but I never knew why. But I didn't know she was married before then. That's interesting. So now it kind of makes sense of why that marriage didn't last now. But let's continue.
2016, word spread amongst Fox employees about a new show that was going to be a big deal, as it would star Mr. Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. It was known that Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience to also star. Therefore, it came as a surprise when Fox announced that Miss Taylor, who was a bartender and radio host in Miami with very little TV experience, would be the moderator of the new show, a sports debate program, Skip and Shannon Undisputed. So Faraj...
Hold on. That's not fair. I'm gonna shoot Joy some bail on that one. Joy actually does have experience. She's actually good at the TV thing and the moderating and giving her opinions on and her different takes and stuff. She's actually good at it. So as far as the whole little experience bartender, that's just like extra cap that they're trying to put on it just to make it sound crazy. Like, people always try to make stuff sound crazy and trying to downplay people's talent and stuff. Like, she actually is talented. She actually got, like, she good at it. I'll just say she good at it, bro.
She claims that Bayless didn't want Taylor to host the show. In fact, in the lawsuit, she claims that at a dinner between Taylor and Bayless, Taylor shows up, she's dressed and starts acting very provocatively, potentially in a way to change his opinion about her being on the show. But eventually, Bayless agreed to approve her on the show as a favor to Dixon.
Okay, that makes sense too. I wouldn't want no loosey-goosey chick on my show neither. That's crazy. All they gonna do is brain problems, bro. I don't care how good her takes is. That all they're gonna do is brain problems, bro. I'm just let you know that, especially when you're in a professional setting, you don't want that type of energy in a professional setting. Like, that's not it, bro. No, it's not gonna work.
When the show premiered in 2016, Taylor, according to Ms. Faraji, had requested that Faraji be her hairstylist, and eventually Bayless had asked her to do his hair as well. Not long after, in January of 2017, Faraji claims that she had attended a birthday party for Taylor. When she goes to this birthday party, she says that Dixon was there, and he was drinking quite heavily. The complaint reads, as Ms. Faraji was standing near the bar facing the crowd, Mr. Dixon approached her. He asked the bartender for a drink and then placed his arm on Ms. Faraji's lower back. He asked how she was doing, if she was having fun, and if she wanted a tequila shot. Ms. Faraji felt very uncomfortable by his unsolicited touching and responded, no thank you. Mr. Dixon then moved his hand lower and started rubbing her body and grabbing her buttocks. Ms. Faraji was mortified, but quickly thought to fake an incoming call to escape from the situation. The complaint goes on to say Ms. Faraji did not know who to turn to, but as she knew Ms. Taylor was sleeping with Mr. Dixon, she turned to her. Surprisingly, Ms. Taylor responded to get over it and explained that she herself only had her job because of Mr. Dixon and that Ms. Faraji only had her job because Ms. Taylor requested her. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. The complaint goes on. Ms. Faraji was terrified and then turned to her coworker, Anonymous, to discuss the situation. Anonymous responded that
Let's pause that. Hold on, no, let's finish that.
Mr. Dixon was disgusting, that the entire situation was sick, that it wasn't shocking given Fox's culture, and that Ms. Faraji should remain quiet if she wanted to keep her job. As a single mother who needed the job to support her son, Ms. Faraji had no choice but to remain silent.
Okay. So, one is, she should have never went to Joy if Joy already shushed her when she tried to give her some game on not messing with the executive dude. She should have already knew what was going to happen. But on Joy's end, though, that's kind of messed up, man. Cause she's one of the loudest. Now I don't want to say the loudest, but she's one of the people that speaks up for women and women rights and liberating women and what else? The feminism stuff and empowering females, female empowerment and all that stuff. So for her to do that to the stylist is kind of like contradicting. All that is contradicting. That's crazy.
So, by the way, that is one of the reasons why you might be saying, well, if all this happened, why didn't she file a lawsuit sooner? And we'll get into more of the allegations. But this is a reason. She needed the job. That's something that I would think will come up in a potential lawsuit, a potential trial, if she's being grilled under cross-examination. Okay, moving forward. Later on in the complaint, Faraji claims that Taylor continued to use her sexuality to advance at the Fox company. And she did that by allegedly sleeping with Emmanuel Acho, a former football player turned commentator. So the lawsuit reads, quote, in approximately February 2020, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. Miss Faraji didn't know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Faraji later asked Miss Taylor if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Miss Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show, Speak for Yourself. Miss Faraji became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that may become very angry. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. Wow.
Okay, that was a lot. But I'm gonna start by saying she can sleep with whoever she want to sleep with. That ain't. I don't think that's the problem. But as far as if bruh married, yeah, that's a problem. That's crazy if bruh is married. But if she not married, she can sleep with whoever she want to. I don't really care about that. And I just thought, just from my perspective, I thought, especially in like Hollywood and the TV and movies and all that stuff, or just in life in general, I thought like women are attracted to power. They're attracted to men with power. So me seeing her sleeping with Acho or sleeping with this Zach is not something out of the ordinary. Like, I just thought that was something that happened in life. And if that was an influence for them to put her in a certain position, I thought that's just what females do. I didn't know. I guess, I don't know. Like, and that's not to take away from her talent or anything like that, because she's actually good on TV. But, I mean, if you sleeping with a woman is influencing your decision making as far as professionally and business wise, then yeah, you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. But just as far as a woman using that to her advantage, I just thought that was something that happened. I thought that was regular. I ain't know. That's crazy though. I thought that was regular. Let's see what else they.
And I don't say this to be hypercritical of Joy Taylor. I don't have harsh opinions of Joy Taylor. She's not someone that I didn't get along with. I basically, for the most part, just kept my distance from Joy Taylor. And I kept my distance, not because I didn't like her, it's just because I knew myself. I know myself. I know what I'm capable of. And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack, like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble. And so.
Hey, I heard people talking about this, man. I'm just gonna say, bro, everything can't be extreme, bro. Everything cannot be extreme. We do not need to go to the extreme with everything. I done heard some people say, oh, what was bro trying to do to her? Was he trying to R-word her? Was he trying to essay her? And it's like, bro, that's extreme, bro. Come on now. Like we just heard in the reports that Skip didn't want her on the show. But we ain't say nothing about Skip being an SA or R-word or trying to do something with her or whatever. He just didn't want her on the show. And now you can kind of see why. When he said when the report said they met at dinner and she was acting provocative. So from Whitlock's perspective, I can kind of see, oh, I wouldn't want that on my show neither, because I know how I am. And as a man, to be aware that, okay, you have a beautiful female that's running around all loosey-goosey, but you're at work in a professional setting. Yeah, you're going to try to stay away from that, because you probably weak to that. And I mean weak to that to like you might want to try to do something with it. And I don't know no extreme level as far as our word and the essay and like that. But as far as like actually doing something, and now your business senses or your what's the word I'm looking for? Your decisions in business are being influenced because you're sleeping together. So I can kind of see where bro coming from. But for all y'all going to the extreme, bro, y'all gotta stop, bro. Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all is crazy, bro. But Whitlock crazy too.
That's what I did. I kept my distance. Because when you put some woman in a job, talking sports with a bunch of men, it's a job she's not qualified for. She's talking sports with professional athletes, people that did it at the highest.
All right, we gotta stop. I don't know why people keep saying that, bro. She does a good job. She has good takes. When she analyzes something and break it down, it actually makes sense. And sometimes she has better takes than the men that are on the panel. Like, not always, but sometimes. Like, if you actually listen to it throughout the years, bro, she actually has good takes. She actually says some stuff that make you think, bro. So all that she's not qualified and no experience and all that, that's just cap, bro. That's just people trying to pile on. That's just people trying to reach. That's low-hanging fruit, surface-level thoughts. It's like, bro, if you know Joy Taylor and you've been in the business or you've been watching TV for a minute or sports shows, you know she's qualified, bro.
Level. She's talking sports with me or Colin Cowherd or other people that have like really studied sports at a super high level. What does she have to offer other than her sex appeal? And so should we be surprised that she leaned into that?
An incredibly egregious thing to say, okay? They'll look at any woman sitting in a host chair or any woman that's a reporter out there or any woman that has to walk into the locker room and all of a sudden their credibility is being questioned. My thing, what I'm more appalled at by rather even that is the women all over social media that are allowing it to happen. And that's why I wanted you on the show today, because I said I'm not going to speak about it just from the male perspective. I'm going to have a female in front of me that I can bounce this off of to check me.
Yeah. So I had to pause that. Stephen A. can't speak about it. That's why he brought that lady on here. He know he can't talk. He can't have no opinion, left or right, yes or no, yay or nay. He know that. Stephen A. actually got in trouble one time when he gave his opinion on a woman's topic type situation. That he got in trouble for it. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, Stephen A. So stop all that pandering, bro. I see what you're doing. I see. You got to stop pandering, bro. But let's keep going.
In case I'm wrong about this, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't spend a lot of time looking all over social media, but I'm looking at an abundance of women, and I'm saying the allegations. I understand what the allegations are. The allegations of Joy Taylor slept with Charlie Dixon and boss, and she did it while she was married. And well, first of all, the marriage part is her business; it's nobody else's. The boss situation obviously is dicey. Make no mistake about it. You got a girl that was supposed to be her best friend that's supposedly diming her out right now. That's incredibly unfortunate. But one could easily argue it's really not about your guilt or innocence. It's about how guilty I make you look, forcing you to capitulate to the demands that I'm making civilly. We can get into that a little bit later. But what I find most egregious, Tori, is the abundance of women out there who are laughing, who are pointing the finger at Joy Taylor with a profound level of guilt as if they know. Even when they throw in the word allegedly, they do it with smirks on their face, sort of dismissive, because in this business we know how to speak with our body language, not just with words. And not only that, they're using it as an excuse to question her credibility. Now, I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. We don't know what level of truth or falsehood exists with the allegations that Nosheen Faraji has thrown in the direction of the executive at Fox Sports, Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, or anybody else. But let me tell you what I do know. I know that I've seen Joy Taylor on TV a lot over the years, and I think she's pretty damn good. I think she's she's very capable. I think she's worthy of the position that she has on Fox Sports. I think her podcast with Taylor Rooks is a damn good podcast. I think her credentials in this business have...
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Now he get back to pandering. Come on, Stephen A., man. Do you even watch her podcast? Like, the podcast is not all that, bro. I'm not even trying to, like, throw no shade towards Joy. Her podcast is not all that, bro. And now all this stuff she talking about, bro, it's like all that women empowerment stuff. It's like all that just done been tainted with this lawsuit. So let's go.
There's the court of public opinion, and then there's real court, right? And again, these are allegations. And having women, essentially, I mean, to me, it seems like it could be coming from a place of jealousy. Like, ooh, finally, put a target on her back. Now we can say she wasn't qualified, because not only is she beautiful, but now we can say she wasn't qualified and didn't earn her spot. And I'm not shocked by it. People are, okay, there's one thing I do want to talk about, and it is your looks. Your looks play into this. When you are beautiful, you are up against a different battle at times in this industry. I mean, people are always going to try to say that your looks played into this. Your looks do help you in this. We cannot ignore that.
Pause okay? For one thing. Your looks or how you present yourself?
Right.
Question. Which one I'm asking?
No, it's about how you present yourself, but the looks do contribute to whether or not you have an on-camera look or not. If you ask any news director right now, they are going to say, does she pop through the screen? Does she make me pay attention? I'm going to decide in 30 seconds whether or not I want her on my show. Can she grab an audience? That's what they're asking. So yes, your looks are part of it, but it's about your
Okay, now they right about that. Like, the looks does play a big part, especially if you're moderating, or especially if you're doing like sideline reporting, or just from the woman's perspective, like, in order to like capture the audience, like, looks does play a big part of it. But that's just society period, though. Like, attractive women, better looking women, beautiful women, prettier women just gonna get more attention, and they're gonna capture more eyeballs. That's just what it is.
Presentation. And, but there's other parts of this that these allegations that do matter, that I believe should set precedent and hopefully change. Because when we come on and talk about these issues, there's an opportunity for change. I do believe that. And in this realm, I would say some of the things that I've seen that are disappointing, and if they are true, then maybe there's an opportunity for change. Personally, I would not be going out to drinks with my bosses. We don't know if that happened. That is one of the allegations that was made. But on principle, I'm not going out to drinks with my executives. I'm not going out to parties with them for a number of reasons. One, I do not want to be talked about in my newsroom like that. Why was she out to drinks with them? What is she doing? I don't want them knowing my personal life. I don't want my bosses knowing my personal life. Number two. And then number three, now you're opening yourself up to rumors to spread about you that look like this. So this is why you have to strike a right balance when you're going to take a professional person into a public environment outside the.
All right. Now, that goes for both men and women now, because that's some good game. I wouldn't be out in public with the boss neither. That's kind of like you playing the tricky game. Like, and the risk versus reward, depending on what situation it is, I don't think it'll ever end how you want it to end. Because if things go sour, now y'all both gotta try to keep it professional, and it's like, you really think the person with the power is going to be in an uncomfortable situation? Like, you playing a tricky game. But that's for men and women, though. Men and women.
Professional work setting, because now you're opening yourself up to these types of allegations. So one, watch how you're moving. Watch how you carry yourself in the workplace, because this is what you're going to open yourself up to potentially, especially if you're the one in the highest spot. A hairstylist is going to potentially come for you in this way. Now, mind you, again, these are allegations. I just want to continue to point that out because it's essential to this conversation. So that's one of the main issues I wanted to bring up, is not taking your bosses out to lunch and dinner and opening yourself up to this type of conversation. And two, sending the wrong signals. Not sending the wrong signals, Stephen A.
Dressing provocatively, drinking, speaking in a certain way that's unprofessional, that's more informal than formal. All of those things definitely contribute to it, and I don't disagree.
You talked about the attire and the room for change. And if you're okay with this, I would love to talk about that piece to it, because one of the things that people have talked about is the sports environment is a more lax environment. You can wear a little bit, you can be more yourself. You can, test the waters a little bit about what you're going to wear. Personally, I've been disappointed in some of the stuff I've been seeing women wear in the sports environment. And not just the sports environment. Meteorologists, they're also wearing clothes that I'm not excited about. Because here's the thing. Don't you want to pay attention to what I'm saying? Don't you want people to pay attention to what I'm saying, my skill set? Don't be a distraction in the workplace.
All right.
You want people to care about what you're saying. Watch what you wear.
Tori Cooper, fair enough. But this is the Stephen A. Smith Show, so you know where I'm going. I'm going to ask this question. I need specifics. I mean, I'm not talking about names. I'm talking about when you talk about you don't like the stuff that people wear in the industry. I need examples. The ladies out there need examples.
Perfect example. Crop tops. Showing your midriff on air. I don't care to see your belly button. We're not at the beach, but I see it on air in the sports world. Okay, that's number one. Number two, cleavage. Your boobs are out. You're distracting people. The main thing is don't be distracting. But it's not just what the lack of clothing, it's also the choices of clothing too. The patterns are distracting. I'm seeing people wearing cheetah print. I'm seeing people wearing pinstripes. I'm seeing people wear all kinds of stuff that is completely distracting to the viewer. The point of television that you were supposed to learn early on is don't be a distraction to the viewer. Let them pay.
Hold up. Am I tripping? Wasn't she defending Joy? Cause it's like this stuff she naming is describing Joy to a T. That's what Joy be doing. If you've been watching these sports shows long enough, you know Joy be wearing the pinstripes, the cleavage, or however you say it. Yeah, that's Joy all the way. And the pinstripes, the cheetah prints, the loud colors, the bold colors, the tight dresses, the costumes and everything, bro. That's Joy, bro. She does that. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused now. She's like speaking bad about it now. Like she do know that's Joy Taylor, right? Like that's who you describing.
Pay attention to what you're saying. But too many times I'm seeing people inviting in to be a distraction. It looks like they want to be a distraction, honestly, and it looks like they want the attention at times. And what are we here for? We're here to be professionals. So let's show up that way so people can focus on your skill and what you have to say. Otherwise, you're inviting this type of behavior in my opinion. And
now I see why Stephen A. brought her on, because Stephen A. can't say that stuff. He already got in trouble one time by speaking on women's situations and the stuff that happened to women and stuff like that. Because I remember when he gave his opinion on that stuff, he was out for about I don't know how long, but I know he got in trouble and he wasn't on the show for a minute. I just remember that. And ever since then, boy, he been pandering left and right, boy. Left and right.